Hello friends, Namaste. Good morning or good evening everyone. This is Lavanya. I live in Australia. I'll be the host for this session. With divine blessings of Dr. Brahmashi Subhash Patriji and Swarnamala Patriji, let us start our today's session. I would like to welcome you back to the Divine Breath YouTube channel, ESSM Australia, initiative of Pyramid Spiritual Society Movement. Please do subscribe the Divine Breath YouTube channel. So for the last few weeks, we are discussing this book called The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy. It is being narrated by our Pyramid Master Sohana Dodle from California, USA. So let me give you a recap of our previous class. So last week, Sohana did say that about our healing power. So let's just have a recap. Find out what it is that heals you. Realize that correct directions given to your subconscious mind, which will heal your body and mind. And also develop a definite plan for turning over your requests or desires to your subconscious mind. Imagine the end desired and feel its reality. Follow it through and you will get definite results. We all do it with our affirmations. So decide what belief is. Know that belief is a thought in your mind, and what you think, you create it. It is foolish to believe in sickness and something to hurt or to harm you. Believe in perfect health, prosperity, peace, wealth, and divine guidance. Great and noble thoughts upon which you habitually dwell become great acts. Next one, apply the power of prayer therapy in your life. Sohana asked us to check with our parents, mothers who would do that to know the selfless love and the selfless healing power, and how our mothers will do the prayers. So choose a certain plan, idea, a mental picture, mentally and emotionally unite with that idea. And as you remain faithful to a mental attitude, your prayers will be answered. Always remember, if you really want the power to heal, you can have it through your faith, which means knowledge of the working of your conscious and subconscious mind. Faith comes with understanding. Blind faith means that a person may get results in healing without any scientific understanding of the powers and forces involved. Learn to pray for our loved ones who may be ill. Quiet your mind, and your thoughts of health, vitality, and perfection operating through the one universal subjective mind will be felt and in the mind of your loved one. So with this, I would like to welcome Sohana to take over. Over to you, Sohana.
Thank you so much. So let's all get started with our meditation. Let's get into meditation. So it's a very easy procedure, and something we do is Anapanasati, and it's a technique by Gautam Buddha, but has been discovered by Dr. Brahmashi Patriji. So it's a very simple thing. Wherever you are, wherever you feel comfortable, just come back and please be seated. But in this process of seating, and there is a particular circuit that we are going to make with our body. It's a gesture. So cross your feet and clasp your fingers. Close your eyes, and all you got to do is no thinking at all. Just focus your breath and just observe your breath. Just start feeling your breath, because every day we live like this and we don't know sometimes that we breathe. So all you got to do is take some movements, feeling gratitude for your breath. So I'll just play a very good and calming and soothing music. So let's get started, and I request everyone to kindly please close your eyes. Lavanya, I think you need to make me host. I can't share. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Wherever you are, just come back. Please be seated. Close your eyes. Relax your mind. Relax your body. Relax into your breath. All you got to do is just have your attention, the spotlight on your breath. If you feel it difficult finding your breath, take all your focus to your nostrils and start observing right from there every in breath and every out breath. Let us all embrace this process for next 15 minutes. Make sure to utilize every second of it. It's so simple. Wherever your attention goes, there your energy flows. So why not your breath? Something which works with no rest. If your breath rests, and that's just an end. So your breath is something that is all making us alive, keeping us alive. Gives us more and more chances to experience what we want and what we choose. Finally, do not think at all. Do not open your eyes. Be a witness, be an observer. That is all you got to do here. With every new breath, we wish and we choose to live more and more. Something that is coming Coming from outside is your breath, from this nature, from this mother nature. Just feel it. Feel it like you drink very cold water, very hot water. Just like that. As you embrace, you start feeling warmth.
Make a fresh start in your new home with a fresh look from Ashley Home Store. Shop now for amazing.
Kindly, not thinking at all. Just let your thought flow. Do not hold on to anything, anyone. Just enjoy your every in-breath. Just do not do anything. Just be an observer. Just your breath, that's it. For last 5 minutes. last 2 minutes. Just let the waves in your mind, in your head, relax. Let the knots release. In the last 1 minute. As you slowly relax into your breath, according to your comfort, whenever you feel like coming back, it's time. So, just place both of your palms on your eyes, at least for 30 seconds to open your eyes. So, welcome back. So, shall we start? So today's, you guys can hear me. Yeah, today we are discussing about 6th chapter. We are actually in 6th chapter. So it says that this is all about the scientific, the mental techniques, since the last 2 classes also we were talking about the mental techniques, that how would they help us and what would they do. But especially this chapter, what he says, he's giving a very good conclusion that how the mental techniques would help us. What does mental techniques have in it? Mental techniques are nothing but a particular solution to a certain situations, the stuck up situations. What kind of solution? It's just that a knowledge. Okay, you will be provided with the higher knowledge, where it's just that, see, this is all beyond your logical reasoning. If we just give you according, if you are provided with the logical reasoning, then you keep on waiting for with the expectations from the other people, because you have done something, so you want the other person also to do something for you. And this is how it actually goes. If you have a logical reasoning, it's just that everything has a certain equation, equally provided to everybody. But logical reasonings are just limited for the certain situations and certain moments. They are only applicable to the moments where we don't have any kind of connectivity with our past lives, or with the people in this life, or whatever the past life connections or so. With those extra connections, the logical reasoning doesn't work. So think of something that there was something happened between two people. For example, I wanted to take this story from Sai Baba's Satcharitra. I think most of us have an idea what is it. It's a life story or the miracle stories of Sai Baba. And lately I have been reading it, multiple times, like hundreds of times. I don't know, because it's been 2-3 years that I've started doing this, and every day morning I just do one set of it. So in that, there is a very cute story. It's just that a frog and snake will be fighting on a seashore. Okay, so they are trying to kill each other, and trying to kill each other. It's just that in the form of protecting each other from the other person, from the other creature. So they were doing this. So Sai Baba was on his way to some place. Then meanwhile he had a halt at that seashore. Then he suddenly started saying, when Sai Baba was halting there, and he had a visitor who wanted to talk to him, a devotee. So he was just talking to Baba, and he was telling about his problems and his life. Then Baba simply just tells him that, can you see there a snake and a frog, they are fighting. Then the other person with Sai Baba, then he was like, yes, I can see. Then why are they fighting? Then what Sai Baba does is, he doesn't use his power, or he doesn't do anything. He just shouts at those creatures, telling that, have you lost your mind? Why are you continuing this in this life too? In the previous life you guys have already did that, and that is why you have ended up taking this kind of life instead of being a human. So you have degraded your life, so this is not good anymore. Then he gives them a mukti, a liberation, to again come back into the human life. And the person next to Baba will not understand, like, what is he even saying? Creatures can't hear, or they understand, and why are you talking there? But when Baba shouts at them, the snakes starts going into his way, and the frog starts going into the water into his way. They don't look into each other, or they don't fight with each other anymore. So it was just a story in the previous life. They were like, there was a woman and a woman's husband, and woman's father or brother. I don't remember it clearly, but it happens between two men. So what they do is, they just fight for proper the property or the inheritance, whatever they have, that woman has. And the one person says that, I am her husband, so I deserve all of this. And the other person says that, no, I am his brother, so automatically my father's wealth is all for me. So they keep on fighting, but end of the day they end up life doing all the illegal things there. I mean, illegal in the sense, they hurt a lot of people in this process of finding their own wealth, or possessing their own wealth. So in that process they end up killing each other. So, like, the woman will be left completely with no idea, and she will have part in it. For some time she supports her husband, for some time she supports the other person. Then eventually she had to also go through. So it's just that this is a significant proof, because I feel Baba's every story is something that was just in the 19th centuries, in the starting centuries, and whatever everything has been told is real, right? Because Baba was real, so every incident is real. So I started thinking that it's true, there are many connections, and it happened with me also. There was a person out of nowhere, out of blue, I had to encounter, and that person, somehow I started, usually I am not into much social life, or I'm not into much that. But after seeing that person, I started feeling that this person is somewhere, like, I have a attachment, and I don't know, I feel very normal. Then I was like, okay, I need to find out about this. Then once I started doing meditations, or to understand what it is really, then I saw the connection. What was it in my previous life, and how was I with that person, and right now how it is. And it was just then I realized, okay, this is a stage of liberation for both of us happening right now. So I was normal. I never encouraged a connection or nothing, but at that moment I've started giving the knowledge that what the other person wanted, and the other person also started giving me the knowledge that what I wanted. And after that it was completely we are grateful for understanding what was behind that. So it's just that here also you serve with your scientific truth. It's just that I'm trying to tell you that whatever we do in the previous lives or lifetimes there, this lifetime, it's beyond logical reasoning. Okay, so if you you just go on a road, like Gautam Buddha, when he was walking on a road, and there were many people who were insulting Gautam Buddha, saying that you are fully physically fit, and why don't you just go and do some work? Why are you doing this bhiksha? Why you don't have to be a bhikshu, right? So then he was a very stoic person, so he didn't care. But it's just that, do we we get such kind of thoughts. It was Gautam Buddha, so that is why he just didn't do anything. So if at all, imagine us ourselves in that place, and especially me, I would have killed that person and come back. So it's just like that. But I started thinking, why do we need this? Why do we need this out of nowhere? A person going on his road and he can just do his job, and I'm doing my job, and why he had to do this to me? It's just that some past life and unresolved issues, it has to be healed, it has to be relieved, or else when we come here, I mean, when we take a birth on this planet, before coming, we will have an agenda, we will have a plan completely. I am going to take birth in this kind of family, and I will have these kind of situations, and I want this kind of life, because this is my target. If you want your kid to be to study in state syllabus, you push him into state syllabus. If you want your kid to be in the central syllabus, you push him into central, or else ICSE, in the ICSE. Whatever you want your kid to be, just the way, whatever is your task, whatever is your thing, whatever you had to do, and then you realize there, and you make an agenda for yourself. So when you come here, you yourself plant those situations. This time I'm going to learn this time I'm going to learn this. You know what? You can't avoid none of these. There is no avoiding process. But most of the time, I've heard people keep on telling, you do meditation, everything will go. You do meditation, everything will go. No, you do meditation with these situations, you will be in the first place to accept it and to learn a lesson out of it without a quarrel, like without holding it, or without reliving into the situations and again without learning a lesson. So with the meditation, what happens is you learn there. What do you learn? The scientific truth. So the next time when it is coming, you will not fail to apply your knowledge, because you know the truth. So truth, the word truth is something, when Gautam Buddha was enlightened. Enlightened is receiving all the wisdom, infinite wisdom. And he was in a form to, he had become a sort of a vacuum where he can mold himself into anything, and he can let anything pass through him. He was like that. So after, when he got that, in those days, in that language, he shouted loudly saying, Eureka. Eureka is just that, the scientific truth. Whenever we get a derived truth, and that is how in these days, this modern language, we call it a scientific truth, but it's Eureka. So it's just that unwavering fact. It's truth, and it's truth. You can't ask for a logical reasoning behind it. Can you tell me how this works? Can you tell me what happens? If you want a person for you to explain it in logical reasoning, and that person should be in a stage that where he had experienced both of the realities fully. But what happens is, if we keep on doing explaining people with the logical reasoning, people start only looking for that. People stop believing. I will tell you the further examples in the later slides. So, be a mental engineer. Be a mental engineer and use tried and proven techniques in building a grander and a greater life. Yes, you should be fully aware that this book always keeps on telling you with only one statement, that build a greater and a grander life. That is all this video is about. This book is about. So be a mental engineer. Yes, this is what I was talking about. Keep on questioning yourself. When you question yourself, then you can start deriving your own answers. So to derive your own answers, you have to experience in things. Okay, so most of the time what I used to do, I wasn't aware of this process. Only in the urge to not to leave myself in uncomfortable or discomfort situations, what I did, I used to look at people and I thought I'll just learn like this. I don't want to get into situations, but I can look into people and learn like this. But after some time I've realized learning from people is 24/7. I can't just live with those people and see what they're doing I can't go into their mind and see. So it's just completely unavoidable. For you yourself, you have to be a mental engineer. Engineer is completely make it another serious path, a lifestyle path. Refine your lifestyle, refine your mindset, and start planting good things. Start planting these techniques or something that we will have a blueprint in our mind, right? Yes, this is working for me. This kind of what happens is, most of the time, people, like, when we are having a conversation or a rift with people, we have a rough conversation going on, then at the heat of the moment we just we just leave some words onto them, and they also do the same thing. But after that, what actually happens is, you will sit and think, I might have not done that. Why did I even do? That's not fine. But that realization, whatever it is, and that's the start. From the next time, you never do that, because you know how you feel. You can escape from anybody, but you can't escape from yourself. That keeps on hunting you. You start blaming yourself. And this is where I can tell you clearly that you can remove everything. These are the things that you can remove everything, but not the experiences. Whatever you think about yourself is something that you have all the rights to change it. And meditation will make it much more easier and simpler with that. So it's just that, we'll have a lot of techniques, most of the time, in the devotional side, people will have these kind of beliefs that, I have to do, donate some food, I have to offer food to these many people, and offer food to cows and animals. What are the techniques, proven techniques, that you feel they are good? Just aware the techniques in your thought process, techniques in your actions will be, building a grander and a greater life. So that is just about what all you know about, what all you learn with your previous knowledge or the wisdom. So the next one is, your desire is your prayer. Yes, exactly. So in the last session, we were discussing about how mothers pray with a lot of loyalty and with a lot of unconditional love. So just aware, your desire is your a prayer. Like, there is something that you want. So for that something, you should be able to provide what all it needs. It only needs unconditional love, faith, and belief. So these three can be provided with your prayer. All these three, maybe just because of the mental tanglings, we might not provide it at once, but we can provide it if we do it like a prayer for a certain amount of time. Maybe like 10 days, 5 days, depends on your intensity. Sometimes it can even happen one day also. So picture the fulfillment of your desire now, and feel its reality. And you will experience the joy of unanswered prayers. So picture the fulfillment of your desire now and feel its reality, and you will experience the joy of the answered prayer. So it's just that the author is asking you, when you think that you have a desire or when you want something to work or happen, then all you got to do is, it's a very common statement, right? So just imagine. According to imagination leads you to visualization. Imagination is just having an idea and just imagining how it is. Visualization is completely, you you feel it like you are in that situation, in that picture. So feel its reality. Okay, picture the fulfillment of your desire now. Your desire is happening, and that's your imagination, and feel its reality is visualization. Then you will experience the joy of the answered prayer. So out of all you got to be is, with having lots of belief and faith, you should be completely unwavered, sort of, how do I frame this? Okay, thrilled. All I got to say is thrilled, like completely. If you just imagine now, and if you just leave it, your energy, some amount of energy has been provided to that desire, but not fully, right? Something for it to come from the galactic worlds, from there to this physical reality, or to the planet called Earth. Then do you know how it works? It's just that it needs some amount of push every day. Because, it takes, maybe I'm very bad at this example, but I don't know. It takes more than a day for, the earth rotating. Is it right? Yeah, it takes a day. Exactly. So it's just that when the energy matrix is forming around the earth, it will need some amount of time for it to work, because it has to cover all of it. So it's just that how hard you push, and right time, right place. That's it. Or else it's not working. Doesn't matter. Learn the scientific truth behind that. That's it. Whenever it's the time, and definitely you will get it. That's it. So desire to accomplish things the easy way. Okay, in this thing I would like to even add a point. It's just that this has basically, maybe I have given a limited statement just now, but it's not limited. Okay, this author in the previous chapters, he was also explaining that your subconscious mind power is not dependent on your gut. So it's just that how much you do physically or you don't do physical effort doesn't matter. You think about it very effectively, strongly, and intensely, and that should work. That's it. So, desire to accomplish things the easy way with the sure aid of mental science. Yes, every statement is deriving the same meaning in multiple different forms. So, whatever you desire to accomplish things, the easy way with the sure head of mental science. So when you have, now we have understood one fact that your subconscious mind power does not is not dependent on your gut or actions. So most of the time what happens is we just think that I have done nothing, or maybe I haven't done sufficient enough for these things to work. So how do I get the thing I want? This is how we start limiting ourselves with these kind of thoughts. And again, the other things are like, uh, we have many facts been knowing from different books, right? The same book, the same author was telling us that your subconscious mind will have the power to move the planets, and just the way like we discussed, and everything in this universe is just working with your subconscious mind power. So the sure aid of mental science is is what it is. Knowing the facts about every scientific truth should become your pillar. They have to be, you got to walk on those statements. So like Gautam Buddha had set off, right? The eightfold path, the noble truths, and three jewels. So like that, he was walking in that path with those scientific truths, and you got to derive your own scientific truths. Gautam Buddha, yes, he's a god, and he had helped us. All of the spiritual masters, all they got to do is they will help you understand what is this reality. They will help you understand where do you actually belong. They will help you understand where you can go, if what you can do to go there, but they will not walk in your path. They will not walk. So all it is just that keep on understanding things, and if you just follow, I will tell you this reality. Our guru Brahmarshi Patraji Garu, and I have never surrendered, or I have never accepted anybody's philosophy in my life. I have never looked into it because I just used to believe that I have my own strength and I have my own willpower. What is it? I can just do it. And I was like that. But after some time, then I realized, when it's just time has arose and I have to get into another path or another path. Then I was introduced to Patriji, and then slowly, just a second. Sorry about that. So it's just that after I got introduced to him, then I was following his all of his techniques, all of his paths. But after some time, when all you gotta explain me or told me that it's just breath meditation. That's it, nothing else. But after breath meditation, there was a lot that I got to dig on my own, and I got to see. But I was just limited to him. I was just like, you tell me something and I'll follow, and I'm not gonna look into anybody else's story or philosophy. I don't need it. I was at that phase. That was the time Patriji was a very loving person, very loving person. He was very nice. The moment I was very I was limiting myself to him, he started pushing me away. He wasn't talking to me, he wasn't encouraging me. Then automatically I was in the middle of this journey and I had to find my own answers. And that is when I started completely looking into different authors, different spiritual masters, everybody, one after the other. I started covering, and then the moment I started doing it, and again I started seeing him coming back to me like normal. And every time he started telling me that you can't limit yourself to one thing or one. Leverage yourself. There are infinite sources. Take one good thing from one philosopher that you like, that can be implicated and which works good for you, and take something good from the other person, because everybody is good in some or the other thing. I love to take peace from Gautam Buddha, and I love to take willpower from Adi Shankaracharya. So it's just that take whatever good you feel from a good person. That's it. Be the attractive person or attractor maybe. You have a lot of people around you every day. We meet people. Instead judging them, instead interfering or blaming them, be very nice to them in the way, just grateful, because everybody is good at some or the other thing. We keep on seeing smart people, we keep on seeing good people, kind people, intelligent people. Every person is unique in their way. Every person has their, embrace that uniqueness. Start understanding, start knowing that. That is what our Patriji always does. Keep on observing everybody. So that becomes your short ad for your mental science, basically. So it's just that when you feel that you're mentally strong, you have all the knowledge that what you want, and it's very easy for you, and you're completely unshakable. You are not you're not moved, or you're not shaked by any of the situations, anybody, like completely. You have your own gut, and you know what you're doing. So that is all it is. You can build radiance, health, success, and happiness by the thoughts you think in the hidden studio of your mind. So it's just that, again, I think this is the second time we are seeing this statement in this session. So you can build the radiance, health, success, and happiness by thoughts you think in the hidden studio of mind. And we were discussing lately in many of the sessions that, most of the time we think that our mind has no cameras in our head, so there is nothing being validated or being checked into our mind. So we keep on thinking like with no break at all. Have you ever realized, most of the time in before sleeping also, we keep on thinking, and out of nowhere we just fall into sleep. Do you ever felt do you ever did this with no thinking at all? Just go to bed, close your eyes, and embrace your sleep. If you do that, 8 hours you sleep or 6 hours you sleep, you will not go to this unconscious state or sleeping. When people say that sleeping is half dead, you sleep, you will be awake in your subconscious mind. You're sleeping. Most of the time when we sleep, we don't know we are sleeping. But all the 8 hours, I started realizing, I know I'm sleeping, but I'm sleeping. And I know, and I'm not half dead. I'm alive. And this was the technique actually was I've been always telling by Gautam Buddha and Sai Baba. In the nights when you know that you're sleeping, and that is where your enlightenment starts. If a person even knows that they're sleeping, this happens, after certain heavy refinement processes, when you keep on consciously observing your breath, and then everything comes into your control. You can start tuning things. So it's just that whatever you think or whatever you do in the hidden studio of your mind, when you can think good, why not thinking good? Like, why do you have to get into the judging process or so? It's just that ask good for yourself. That's it. Many people or many situations keep haunting you. Doesn't matter. All you need is your subconscious mind power. That's it. Experiment scientifically until you personally prove that there is always a direct response from the infinite intelligence of your subconscious mind to conscious thinking. So, until you personally prove that there is always a direct response from your infinite intelligence of your subconscious mind to your conscious thinking. So, here the author is simply telling us that most of the people, I am coming to you every weekend or whenever I'm available. I'm coming to the session, and after coming to the session, what I'm doing, I am sharing my knowledge, I'm sharing my experiences, I am guiding you through this process of meditation. But am I making you to experience the power of your subconscious mind? No, I can't do that, right? So I can do that. So it's just that you should experience until you personally prove that there is a direct response. You think of something and something works. Just a second. Ignore the noise behind whatever it is going on. This is weekend, so it doesn't matter. There is always a direct response from infinite intelligence of your subconscious mind to your conscious thinking. So it's just that there is a bank inside within us, and it has port. I mean, it has a gateway or an entrance that can flow into your conscious thinking. So what happens is, when you're clouded with a lot of the thoughts, only with your conscious thinking or with your logical thinking or your reasoning, and there is no chance, or there is nothing that accepting your subconscious mind. I mean, you're, infinite intelligence. There is nothing from your conscious mind is accepting from that, because it's already full. If the pot is full, how can you just fill some more water? That doesn't work, right? So what happens is, when you tune, there is infinite intelligence. Let it flow through your conscious mind. After flowing it through your conscious mind, know the do's and don'ts of when to use, when to when not to use. Okay, this is how you can just experience that. But to experience this, I think author is telling in the further slides what you can do to make a direct contact. So feel the joy and restfulness in foreseeing the certain accomplishments of your desire. Any mental picture which you have in your mind is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. Yes. So how beautiful this form of telling is. So feel the joy and restfulness in forcing, whatever your desire is and whatever you want to accomplish. And when you're imagining or when you're in the process of visualization, it is all just that you're foreseeing, right? It's a foreseeing, you're seeing it further. So any mental picture which you have in your mind is the substance of things hoped for. Exactly, right? Whatever you're thinking and visualizing, it's a forcing. That's not something there, but you are imagining or visualizing that it is there. It's coming to me. So it's just that you have a picture in your mind, what you hoped for, and evidence of things not seen. So it's just that, don't you realize that you already have a power of seeing something which has not been already there? So that is what your author is actually trying to tell you, that you got to feel and rest. You got to feel the joy and restfulness in the forcing of the certain accomplishments of your desire. And this miraculous processes, I know, sometimes this works, sometimes this doesn't work. And when it doesn't work, it's the most frustrating part, because sometimes when we are running out of time, all you got to do is Bhagwan ke naam pe chhod dena. That is what it is, right? So then that is when you start believing on your subconscious mind out of nowhere. No, my subconscious mind needs to work and I want everything to work in my favor. But yes, it's just that when you enjoy the process, you start validating the do's and don'ts of it, and you can see how it is working for you and how it is not working for you. So a mental picture is worth 1,000 words. Your subconscious will bring to pass any picture held in the mind backed by faith. Yes, this is so true. Mental picture is very, he's telling it then. Just a second. A mental picture is worth 1,000 words. And I have kids in my home, and I'm sorry about that. A mental picture is worth 1,000 words. Yes, that's true, because you are making yourself believe. Try to understand this, and you want something. There is a desire for you, and you want something to come in reality. You keep on affirming. I had even given a session on affirmations, how beautifully affirmation works, but without visualization. Before I doing guided meditations or I starting those affirmations, all I tell is start visualizing, start feeling that you're right with those in those situations. So you keep telling so much for you yourself to believe, and it's overloaded sometimes. And what you do is, to make it feel comfortable and beautiful, start having a mental picture, start visualizing. Most of the people hear good sounds, good messages and meditation, but it's just that they still need lots of work to be done within their inner self, and that's not up to the mark. People who cannot hear, people who cannot uh, hear or external sources, but people who can imagine, they're close to the mark. So it's just that. So visualization is always the highest affirming thing that you can do. So having a mental picture is worth 1,000 words. That's true. Your subconscious will bring to pass any picture held in the mind, backed by faith. That's it. The faith you carry, the unwavering faith, that is all I can tell you throughout all this, because faith you carry is important. That's it. If you have 100 reasons which are pushing you into a zone of no, this doesn't work. But if you have at least one reason that you know that it can work, there is 1% chance, and make that 1% to 90%. And that is how you gotta work on this. So faith is really very important. Faith is just a combination of believing and a combination of confidence. Like Sai Baba says, Shraddha Saburi, that is all it is. Faith is nothing but that. Avoid all the effort or mental coercion in the prayer. Yes, exactly. This is what I was telling you. So whatever you have, your mental tanglings or coercion happening, you have thousands of reasons which are telling you this doesn't work. But that's okay. Clear all of those. Whenever you get that thought, don't just leave it or ignore it. Sit there, right that moment. Take it a responsibility to turn that statement or turn that feeling, that negative feeling, into the positive feeling, which says that yes, this is working in my favor. Clarify that mental coercion. Whatever that your mind is pushing you, that this doesn't work, explain your mind. Clarify that this can work in this way. I don't need your involvement here, but can you just help me through this process? Get into a sleepy, drowsy state and lull yourself to sleep, feeling and knowing that your prayer is answered. Exactly. So this is just that. Most of the time, the subconscious mind to experiment, these people give techniques like this. You can do it right after, in mid of your meditation, or right after your meditation, or most of the times when you're sleepy and when you're about to sleep. When you go to bed, take some time, meditate, and then affirm what you want, and then just go to sleep. So it's always a good habit, meditate before you sleep. So it's just that much. Remember that the thankful heart is always close to the riches of the universe. I love this statement. So I think I don't have to explain this, but yeah, remember that always having gratitude or grateful is always close to the riches of the universe. It's just that when you're very grateful, every moment, the other person or the other situations are not good to you, not being good to you, or this is what we face, right, every day. Not good to you doesn't mean you don't expect other people, we can't expect other people to be in our ways, and we can't expect situations at least to be in our ways. Sometimes there are. So when there is, just a second, when there are that kinds of situations, all you got to do is just be thankful. Be thankful for what all you have right now in this moment. And that is, when the year I was completely jobless, I was just in the spiritual process, and because throughout my life I have never invested time in any of this except that 1 year. But after 1 year, I am not even getting at least 1 minute of time, and I'm completely making time out of it to make my spiritual practices. So those like that 1 year, I was completely low because I've started earning since my BTech second year. I mean, when I was in bachelor's. So I was working as an intern and then a developer. So I was doing good at work and things. I don't want it to be dependent on anybody, especially on my parents, not at all, because I don't want to give them a lot of burden. But the face was like that. My parents were like, they never asked me anything. They were never like, you should do something right now. You should get in. They just gave me lots of time with lots of patience and faith in me that I am doing something valid, that I'm not just wasting time. And now they see right now in all of my sessions, and they just say that yes, this is much needed, and that this is much needed. Everybody needs this. I have seen the best at lifetimes, and I wanted to see the best at galactic lifetimes too. So that is all it matters. So that changed me completely. I was thankful every day. Every day I'm living in a big house. I'm not doing anything. I'm not earning. I'm doing nothing. I'm just meditating and I'm reading books. That's it. I'm living in a big house and I'm having everything. And that's it. Like I felt like very thankful. And that was the first feeling for me, to be thankful to things. Most of the time I was logical. Okay, I did this to you, so you did this to me. So I really don't have to thank you. Okay. And that was the first time I started thanking everybody, myself, and I only started thanking first of all my good deeds. My mind started working a good way, and I'm doing things good. So whomsoever was hurting me, I used to thank them. Without you, I wouldn't have got this pity situation. Right now, I'm looking into. So I have something to learn here. So okay, I'm happy. I can clear it off. I'm not stacking up all the cause and effect things which can come somewhere out. And I feel just that everybody right now in this moment, and especially if youth, you know as soon as possible, start your spiritual process, because the rest of life, this was not meant to be for end of your life. If you know this, like if till 25 years our human being is being taught and trained in multiple ways to have their bright future or bright career, just the way you should even do this. When you do this, trust me, you will have, the heart is always close to the riches of the universe, and there is nothing that limited. Everything is unlimited. You just close your eyes, sit and think of something, and it is coming in front of you. And that is a feeling of a God. And that is when you start realizing, this is how you build confidence in your experiments. So to affirm is to state that is so. And as you maintain this attitude of mind as true, regardless of all the evidence to the contrary, you will receive an answer to your prayer. It's just again the same thing. The attitude of mind you got to maintain. Forget about all all of the negative thoughts or negative things that is pushing you, and the statement that always keep in mind. Subconscious mind, this book will give you a set of statements. Only remember, blindly believe in the statements. The subconscious mind is capable of moving planets, and why not for you? When it is happening for you, it's not dependent on your gut or willpower. Doesn't matter. So it's just that it will work. That's it. Leave all the evidences behind. That's it. So generate. This is important. Okay, whenever you're imagining or visualizing, generate the electronic waves of harmony, health, and peace by thinking of love and glory of God. Yes. So what happens is, when your mind is clouded, or when you have multiple thoughts running, some positive, negative, lot of confusion going on, then a thread or rope stuck up in knots, tangled rope or a tangled thread, just the way your mind waves are also tangled, and there is no clear wave happening there, and you cannot see where it is going. So if you do a knot, and how can it go? How can a pearl go from one side to the other side? It cannot go, right? So just the way you want your desire, the pearl desire, to go from this end to the other end, then the wave has to be clear. If not, that doesn't work. So that is why I generate the waves of, in the visualization, harmony, health, and peace by thinking of love and glory of God. So what you decree and feel as true will come to pass. Decree harmony, health, and peace and abundance. This is again just give and take. Yes. Thank you. This chapter has just one statement, which we all have to really believe it beyond logical reasoning. So thank you so much for the chapter 6, and this I love telling, so I did it.
Thank you, Sohana. It's wonderful as usual.
Thank you.
So let us take some question and answers.
Sure, let's do it.
Friends, if you have any questions, you can either drop in the chat or you can raise your hands.
Welcome.
Yeah, Madhvi ma'am. Yeah. Yes, Madhvi ma'am.
Yeah, hi. Hi, everyone. Hi, Sohana. It's a beautiful session as usual. Your wisdom is really very nice. Bless you. Just want to ask you one thing. When we have this visualization and affirmation or making, I know we need to have emotion along with it. We have to put the emotion for that to really be, for us that to happen. But that emotion, is it something like, we think something really good we did some good task or and some love feeling, like what sort of I know they say you have emotion, a lot of emotion. So what sort of emotion do we have to feel that, like a good emotion where we felt good talking to some people or felt good? That's what I always get confused.
So hi, Madhavi Garu, and this is a very beautiful question, first of all. So yes, you were right, and we need something to push it intensely. Emotion is definitely, yes, what we need, but emotion is part of devotion. Okay. For the desires to work for your subconscious mind, when you are working with your mind powers, all you got to have is devotion. Okay. The kind of feeling that you have for God, bhakti, that kind of feeling you got to generate, kind of a faith, love, and respect towards it. So when there is devotion and it works in the right form, it has to work in. So when we take emotions, person keep on changing from one emotion to the other emotion in the daily basis. When you treat it to the highest form, like a God, what do we have for God as devotion? A respected devotion, right? So just the way when you treat it with devotion, the authenticity doesn't fade away. So it doesn't change by your emotions. The devotion is one and it is going to be one. And there you will not have any mental coercions happening.
Okay. Just feel the love you have for the faith you believe in, like, but whichever, what is it? That's the intense.
Exactly.
Yeah, it has to be intense, right? The emotion for us, if for our visualization to be fruitful, the emotion has to be very intense.
Intense, yes. I mean, like, you go to temple, and if you go to temples or churches or any of the religious places, and the ritual you do, you will have at most faith and at most devotion, right? When you're doing that. So just the way, when you have something, when you have a desire to work or to manifest into this reality, then you should have the same kind of devotion towards it. Same,
Okay.
like, the respected devotion. Basically, when we call it direct emotions, emotions are not being portrayed respectedly. So emotions don't have, when we lose that authenticity, they keep on changing. So sometimes you might have positive emotions, sometimes you might have negative emotions. So it might work in both the ways. So when it is devotion, there is no way. You have set up the boundaries for it, for the authenticity not to fade away. So it will work like that.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Anyone else, friends? So for that example, Sohana, so I mean, if you can put it in an example, so suppose like if someone wants to get a seat in some school or anything else, so can you say that, I can use that example and tell us how to do that emotion kind of thing, because it will be much useful. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a good question again. So for me, I wanted to, for me, whatever I'm doing spiritually or religiously, everything is very devotional, very, bhakti, like just like Mirabai, how she is like, the infinite bhakti towards infinite love towards things, in which is completely not wavered. That kind of love you have, then what I did is, I wanted visa and I wanted good admission from the good schools here. So I was doing it. First time I couldn't do it because I had no good focus. The second time, once I realized the whole process, I have took it in a very divine way. Everything, whatever it was, to God, what do we do? We just thank God for whatever you have given me, and you expect, there is a deep faith within you that, you go to your favorite god and you just wish for something and come back and humbly, and you'll just think of something that, I'm going to get this because I have offered this. So scientifically, if you have that kind of beliefs, that, then just do it. I mean, just to go with the way, if a person is wanting a university admission, all you got to do is, every form, when you fill, every document you make for it, while you're doing, sit 5 minutes at meditation, know the purpose, reactivate the intensity, the urge you have for it to get it, reactivate that thirst within you. And the moment you do that, and with the right passion, start filling it. Everything needs a good form of energy there, because you're sending, all you got to do is, you're sending your forms to the university. So what is the connection between you and the university? Is those papers, the documentation. Everything what you do it focusedly with all the passion. After that, start meditating every day. Just feel thrilled and just think about only something, that all I got to do is, I want to get into the university. Just imagine it's done. It's done. You have pushed it. But for this to work, all you got to do is, while you're doing all this, don't have a negative, don't take reviews from everybody. And then don't just, somebody have positive reviews, somebody have negative reviews. If you just keep on thinking and looking into much, it doesn't work. But whenever you get that thought in your mind, make it a straight positive one. That's it. You can't just play with God, right? That is how the belief is with us. We can't play with God. We can't abuse God. We can't talk negative towards. Yes, that is the authenticity I was actually trying to explain. For your desire or something, have that authenticity. Don't talk negative about it. Don't abuse it. Don't see it in a negative form. So it's just that maintain that authenticity. Then it will definitely work. But yes, I can see it's just change of a lifestyle, but change of mindset will take you where you actually want to be.
Thank you, Sohana. So for that, I sometimes feel that, like, I mean, I've gone through a few of the videos, like some people say, like, you have to affirm. Some people are like, don't affirm it because you don't know what will the result be, whether it is in your life purpose or not, like you are attracting something else into your life purpose. Are you sure that if you want that, like, how can we, I mean, it's like quite, it's like, yeah.
Uh, for every mother, I mean, there'll be a set of kids, right? A kid, whatever they see in the toy store or toy shops, they keep on asking for everything. Just the way we came new into this reality, we want to explore. Okay, there is no harm, there is nothing bad in affirming, nothing bad in wanting things, nothing bad in desiring things. If it's really something that you need it in your life, it will come to you. If that's not something, that won't. You will be provided with something that you want, but all you got to do is just accept with the fact. That's it. Either ways, yes or no, I'm ready with it. That's it. But yeah, for the greater good, always looking for the greater good. But I can say something else. For every person, have a good plan. Have a good plan. Because everything is possible. Whatever you want to do, you can do it. When you keep, start meditating for your career. Start meditating for your every step. Every day, take 30 minutes of time. Just sit and think about, I just want to plan my future. Okay, I just want to plan my future. No other thoughts, just future. Give me a solution. Just ask that and leave it. Just to be focused on it. You keep getting different solutions in the form of your own thoughts. This might be the right way. This might be the right way. This might be the right way. After 30 minutes, open your eyes. Start writing it. Make a plan. Every day you keep on meditating. Every day you keep on refining it into a master plan with the new solutions, new paths. And once you make a plan for next to 5 years, and I can just tell you that there is nothing that doesn't work. And most of the time, see, it's all in your hands, which direction you want to take your life. You want to just go with the plan or the agenda that you have made before coming here, or you want to make a new agenda. If you want to change, that is also possible. Either ways. So you can go with anything. But either ways, some or the other way, the lesson will be learned. So, yep.
Yeah, got it. Yeah, it's beautifully explained, and it's with an example, so that, like, because I just as the example, because so that everyone would be able to understand with an example. So what Madhvi ma'am was asking, so I thought, like, okay, if we put it in an example so that we can understand and we can use the same process, it's easy for us to connect to it. Thank you so much, Sohana.
And pyramids will really help you in this process. Like every day, 30 minutes, you sit on the pyramid and meditate. Trust me, it's like every day, just I actually have pyramids all over here. So it's just that you have a lot of mental tangling within your mind, and you want it to be a peacefully planted, a new plan. All I just do is sit under pyramid. It all changes. everything, like a just scrambled paper have completely turned into white, and that is how my mind changes. And then again I start accepting, I start surrendering, and I start receiving the higher knowledge. And that's a very best thing, trust me. Pyramids have the potential to give you all the knowledge. You keep getting in your own form of thoughts. So that's a very beautiful. Using pyramids, I have written a book, like just the pyramids. So every time I sit, I used to start getting new knowledge, new wisdom, new knowledge, new wisdom. And I've started completely, and I really like authors' perceptions, and I used to read lots of books. So however I used to like it, that kind of beautifully formed messages I used to get. And I started recording all of this. And then Sai Kumar sir and all of them, they were like, okay, so why not a book? So I've decided, okay, let me make this into a book, and then see what best it can serve people. So yeah, pyramids
What's the
are
name
there.
of the book?
It's a surprise.
Oh, haven't it released yet?
No, it's a surprise, and I'm planning maybe this Kartik Masha, or maybe for Shivratri. So I'm just planning for a very good auspicious time or date for that.
Wow.
So
Look forward for it.
yeah. I mean, like one the conceptual book, the other one are like characteristic books, basically like acceptance and messages from all the angels. And one is what best we can do on this planet Earth. And the other one is it's a surprise. Like I just I am so obsessed about it. So I wanna just reveal it when it's time. So yeah.
Yeah, we will wait for that so that we can have that surprise too. Yeah.
Yep. So yeah.
Yeah. Any more questions, friends? The way you're explaining is so, I mean, so beautiful, so that like we're all able to connect to it, and we don't even go through that in the slides and something. Like we always connect to examples, and we don't know how when the class will get finished. Like, okay, oh, okay, when the comes as thank you slide, then we say, okay, it's done. Okay. So deeply involved into it. Yeah. So that might be the reason our friends are not having any questions today. Yeah.
And today's topic is just all about like having a greater, grander life, and how do we do? I mean, just gaining knowledge to have it, and that was a very simple topic today. And I realized after reading 10 pages, then I'm like, seriously, this is all the author covered. It's like what? This is like just this much amount of concept.
I think Madhvi ma'am has something to ask. Yes, ma'am, you can go ahead.
Sorry, the last, I know I'm asking on everybody's behalf. Thank you for your patience. When this mind is a chatter, the mind has so much in it. Continuously, something or other runs through it. Even though you want to be in the present moment and be mindful, it just goes on chattering something or other. What is a tip you can give? I know you have completed reading this book, to stop the chatter, say, no, I believe, I don't, I know you said something, I couldn't really get the clarity when you were telling me this in this session. Like, how do you stop the chatter of your mind? You want to have the positive thought there instead of just cutting off that whatever negative is coming.
Okay, sure. So, when there is a lot of mind chattering happening, this is something that I use every day. First thing is, whenever my mind is not filled with all of this, all I just do is take a very good, heavy breath and release it. If it's not working with one breath, take 5 breaths. After 5 deep, long breaths, just relax into a breath for 2 minutes at least. Let make yourself comfortable with either of the process, either the deep breaths or the normal breath meditation. Just go have your focus on your breath. Your breath will make all your mind chattering clear. then when you just feel relaxed and when you see there is nothing on your mind, and that is when you can change the negative statement into the positive statement and leave it right there.
Okay.
So yeah, and fast breaths, if you're not even concentrating with meditation also, like we can do this. I do that, because when we have a long day, so we can just do the breath meditation. I mean, fast breaths. So,
Yeah, follow that. Yeah, I do. Thank you. Just wanted to ask, every day is not same, you can't be positive every day. Something or other comes up in a bit of second, we lose it, which we shouldn't, but we tend to lose it. But of course, we tend to come back again to what we've practicing and what we're gaining knowledge, but we come to that. But it's just some way split second, we tend to miss it.
We need all the emotions, we don't have to shit all of the emotions, because even I was thinking the same, a person needs to fade all his emotions and all his things. But recently, the last week when I had a conversation with Patriji, then my mom was right next to him and I was on the video call. Then my mom asked him that she didn't want to point me directly, but she was asking him, like she had that. Then she said, she asked him, these days I'm having a lot of anger and I just irritate on people, and which is not okay. Then, and I do a lot of meditation and I do a lot of spiritual practices, but this is not going from me. Like I'm not getting rid of it. Then she asked. Then I realized she was asking on behalf of me. I was like, okay. Then he said, you need everything in your life. You need your anger. You need your laughter. Everything. Without those, like you can't go ahead. That is all that we have been provided in this reality. So there is no way of escaping. All you got to do is to use what is all we should know. And that is what this wisdom is providing us.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you. That's it from me. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions, friends? I think that's all for today, Sohana.
Sure. Thank you so much. See you all the next week. And
by the way, you said like you're conducting some sessions after
Navratri sessions. They are already going on and they have been sorted. So I thought the timings were not suitable for you guys. So that is the only reason I was like, I couldn't again do that. So I thought we can just again do it for this Kartik Masa season. I mean, all I look forward is for that. So I thought New Zealand and Australia have no much time difference. So we can go with the compatible timing with you guys, and we can do it for the next coming this season. So I thought, I mean, right from Diwali, I think, right from Diwali we can start and we can do that. But these all the states together, the timing is not suitable, and these guys are doing it early in the mornings, and that's somewhere midnight for you guys. So I was like, okay, this will not work. So yeah, and I have been into this inner journey program also. So I was like, I think you are there.
Oh, okay.
Are you also there in the inner journey?
Not like I have attended one of the inner journey program. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, one of it, but not now. Yeah.
Oh, the previous ones.
Yes, the previous one. That was in Telugu. I have attended it.
Yeah, I am doing it in Telugu. Yeah.
So, are you doing it? Are you taking it, or how is it?
Here inner journey, I do it.
Okay.
For me to attend, I will attend Telugu inner journey. So it's just that I feel I need my space right now. So I just for that I took.
Okay. Yeah, I understand.
So, yeah. So all right then. Thank you, Lavanya. Thank you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Very good one.
Thank you, sir. So see you all in the next weekend again. Okay, let me give you a chapter name. Oh, the next topic is very interesting. The tendency of subconscious is life what? Yeah, I'm looking forward for this. So this is all about how to get the results you want and what best you can do with the money using your subconscious mind. How do we make it work? And this is pure, deep, real. So we'll all love it as usual. So yeah, let us all meet again the next weekend. See you all. Have a good weekend.
Just a moment, please.
Sure.
Sorry, the last.
Okay.
For your next class, maybe can you please add how to clean up the subconscious mind if there is a possibility, and refill with the new one.
Okay. Can you actually post the question, or can you repeat the question?
How to clean the subconscious mind. Suppose if it is it is not going to work, or maybe some negative thoughts or positive thoughts is filled up and it is keep going on and going on. So if you want in one particular direction, so you have to make that only in the subconscious. So to do that, first clean it up and then refill with the right ones.
Okay, sure. Yeah, I'll definitely get a slide and I'll add it. And before that also, sir, are you in the group called the Divine Breath?
He's not there. I can pass the information, or like I can add you, sir, if you want to.
Yeah, so there I'll share full video that how do we change the perception of the negative thoughts into positive thought. So I will share the video right now there, and you can just see that.
That's great. Yeah.
Yeah, and then in the next slide also I'll just make a precise solutions, maybe the updated ones that if they can help you or serve you. Yeah, I can do that.
That's wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Sohana. Thank you so much.
Thank you. See you all. Have a good weekend. Bye, Lavanya.